Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakah HaKodash, and double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, who taught us the truth and rule well. Shalom to the Akim that push the word across the four corners of this world, with all truth and sincerity by Hashem Harakah HaKodash. Prophecy is going to continue to be, at the forefront. Right? I'm saying, despite the incredulity of, the majority of the peons in this world, because you got Jake still denying, the very times they're living in, man. Through ignorance, through partying and bullshitting. By pretty much, Xing out the truth out of their lives, They just want to call you, just want to shut you down, call you a sea theorist, this and that. But, Jake wants to see the world trying to frame the truth as to being crazy, but everything that's happening, they're even prophesying about the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Regardless, man, it's all coming to pass, man. The signs of the times, it should put you in like an eerie feeling, man. And it is. It's putting these people in an eerie feeling because why? Because they're seeing what the fuck is going on, and they're remembering, the Spirit's making them to remember what it is the prophets have been talking about. However, the moment they came across, the truth one way or another, shit, probably even years back, they came across some brothers in the streets or, maybe a YouTube video or whatever, and they heard the prophecy and they heard the warning. And here we are in today's time. Everything is moving like such, man, according to the word of Yahweh Shai and the prophecies, according to his word and what he prophesied. But this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, it's causing these people to really, it's hitting them, man. Maybe this thing is right, Maybe what these guys are saying could be true. At the end of the day, it's not what it is that, that we came up together and say. It's what the spirit and power of Yahweh outside, his spirit, his word is upon his men, his chosen men upon the face of the earth, and through the fear, move them to come out to the highways and byways and prophesy, the future and, the downfall, of this kingdom, and a new government upon the world, and the judgment that's coming for the nations, and the promise that's promised to the chosen people of the nation of Israel, man. And that's the main message, prophecy. That's the prophecy, the message that the Lord has sent for his prophets in these last days, to warn, to bring forth about, man, mainly into his people, as well as giving you other nations, your judgment, man. But this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, man. When thou seest part of the signs pass, and what are part of the signs? Earthquakes in diverse places, uproars of the people, wars and rumors of wars. Are we not seeing that in today's time, the so-called 2023, on a daily fucking basis, man? Earthquakes, off the charts on a daily basis almost, man. 7.8 8 point, 9 point almost. You know, like like crazy. You know, what's the word on a Richter scale? You know, like crazy scales, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, uproars of the people. Over there, what's going on in France? You know, uproars of the people. You know, due to the I guess they raised the the age limit to retire, which is to like 67, I believe. They all up in the uproar, man. You know, they holding no regards, of the ones that's in power, man. They flipping over fucking police cars and shit, fucking setting cars on fire. Uproar, man. The people are just fed up. The people are more and more demonic. The energy of people is completely off. Number one reason because of what's flowing inside them, man. The main source on what these people was forced to take a couple years back, that Kool-Aid, because certain people want to keep their benefits, certain people want to keep their job, certain people want to keep on going back to school. You people don't know what's coming for you, in the near future, man. All you that took that thing, y'all just taking time off, man. For the time that, how about you outside, you're gonna use Esau, you're gonna use Esau to set you, to set you off, man. At that, given time. At that given time. When that time is right, all hell's gonna break loose, man. He's gonna blame it on a new boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? A new boogeyman demic. The whole time, it's what's inside the people, man. It's what's inside the people and what the people took, a couple years back. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, man, this is all part of prophecy. We're seeing, the signs of the times. We're seeing part of the signs, come to pass according to the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Can't forget the wars and rumors of wars, man. That's self-explanatory, man. Everybody's talking about it, man. It's like everybody, is a World War, 3 professionals, man. The moment they see, Saudi Arabia and Russia and, Kenya all shaking hands because, they're now dishing the dollar. Everybody and their mama, knows about pretty much, what will lead to that, man. Like what is getting ready to lead to that. Everybody's talking about World War III because, see Russia's, he gathering everybody in the BRICS nations to pretty much dish the dollar, this and that, which is now making, the U.S., not so much of a superpower no more, as much. This is all according to prophecy, man. Because in the end, all these nations are going, turn their back on America, man. So much so that they're going to shoot missiles upon it, man. All these nations that, that Babylon was, in league with, they're all going to fucking turn their back on this bitch and shoot missiles upon it, man. And this is all according to prophecy, man. This is all leading towards the time of prophecy, according to how Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has deemed it to be. But we're waiting for that ultimate prophecy, which majority of our people know what's coming, but those that's in the circumcision, a good majority of those that's in the circumcision are denying it, which is the MOTB, the C-hip, denying for what it really is. Denying the MOTB for what it really is, man. And that's prophecy too. You see, in the last days, we're gonna have people, just trying to deceive, man. I'll get the precept on that. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with the hot iron. Yeah, man. We're seeing that in these last days, man. You got, you seeing Jake just falling out the truth and shit. We're really seeing Jake, that's calling themselves Israelites, deceiving the people, man, purposely, man, lying to the people, man. When they first started out, they had the Spirit on them. And then, later on, the Lord just took the Spirit away from them. And now they're just straight up deceiving the people, man. They're making money, making merchandise of the truth. Whatever thing that, deceived them and, and got them hooked to whatever that they're doing now. They're hooked on it, man. Because why? Because they're gaining some type of revenue, man. They're using the liberty of Yahweh Shemi outside for a cloak of lasciviousness, man. Where you're going off against the truth. You're breaking down, certain things completely wrong. One major thing in particular, dealing with the MOTB, the C-hip. You got Jakes are truly denying the C-hip, man. But this is an ultimate prophecy. That's going to seal that's going to really seal the deal for your soul on where you stand, man. Between you and Yahweh Shemi outside's judgment. Between you and the wrath of Yahweh Shemi outside. Either you're going to be delivered and saved, or you gonna burn these missiles, man. And it almost seems like that Jake, want to, burn the missiles, man. By the doctrines that they're saying, man. It's like, bro, it's just so out of pocket at this point, man. It's like the doctrines keep getting worse and worse. Keeps getting worse and worse and worse and crazier and crazier. It's like, come on, man. How the fuck can you possibly, miss that, man? But Yahweh Shemi outside took the Spirit away from you. The Spirit that was once upon these guys, they were speaking truth. It is. Gone away from them, man. And now these niggas are just going off their own understanding, going off their own heart, and dealing with pride, man. Fucking, proudfully, man. And that, prideful ass spirit, man. Thinking that the Most High is with them, in the things that they're spewing out, man. Saying this shit, like the MOTB is sin. and how it's not to see him, and you're mocking the people that teach you, that ultimately taught you, mocking their teachers, not showing forth, integrity to, reverence their teachers, showing no signs of dignity, man. But this is all prophecy, man. You should have, in the last days, some, giving heed to seducing spirits, man. It's going to, make them depart from the faith, man. I'll read it again. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times, man. And we're in the latter times. We're in these last days, man. Some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, man. That's a doctrine of devil for you to say that the MOTB is just sin. Now, it's ultimately a sin if you take the MOTB. And these guys don't even go into what the MOTB actually is. See, Yahweh Bashim outside has sent forth men upon the earth, beginning with the elders and apostles at Great Millstone to break down into you what it is, man. What the MOTB actually is. Go into the vocabulary, the economic, nature of it, or how it's going to make sense to where, it says, in Revelation 13:16, where it calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive this thing, to buy or sell. We even go into that, man. I'm saying, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Ashar, the Lord has sent forth teachers to break it down into you, man, correctly, and for you to have no excuse, man. Because why? Because the time is short, man. It's about to take place upon the earth, man. But what's Jake doing? Not taking heed, ignoring it, and just doing as they will, man. Doing as they fucking will. Taking heed to seducing spirits, man. But that's all prophecy, man. Keep in mind, that's all according to prophecy, man. And it's supposed to happen, also, in these times. But the elect are not going to be deceived by this shit, by the bullshit. Because why? Because their way is already sealed, whoever they may be. Nothing is going, get them off that, that path, so to speak. They've already gotten the victory, man. I'm saying because why? Because Yahweh Shai has already gotten the victory. 2,000 years ago, man. So we're just living out a simulation of the rest of the whole movie, man, to play out. I'm saying? Everything is in place, for the rest of this movie to just finish off and just play out the way how it's supposed to play out, man. Because why? Because the victory is already won, man. It just has to play out and manifest on who's who and who's not, man. That's it. And whoever they may be, which we hope to be, is why we hope, because we don't know if we are, So we give diligence to make our calling and election certain. But this is, because we're called to this thing, but many are called and few are chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. Few, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're called to this thing, but see, we don't know, if we're chosen or not, which is why we fear and we do what it is that we're supposed to do, giving diligence to our, to our work, to our labor, and serving Yahweh by Shemi Shai, man. So that he hope, just like,